time. I be the man that blast the suckers. I be the man that run the suckers. You know you cocksuckers. I'm a man that's drinking vanilla. Crown boy, you feeling real smooth. Dude, attitudes be changing left and right. I ain't talking about nothing coming off the top of the brain. I'm feeling like insane podcast. Unpredictable like mystical. We doing that thing. We bang. Easy breezy. Back in Hawaii. Loving what I gotta do. Make it you like me. Steve-O, huh? Alexandria. I don't wanna mess with anybody. Look, I'm the man in the game.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Unpredictable Thoughts Podcast. Your boy Trouble's in the building, doing the damn thing, not doing anything at all. I want to give a shout out to everybody that listened to the last podcast episode with the homeboy Nate. You know, get body, was it Body by Nate? Yeah, Body by Nate. Number one trainer in the DMV, so check him out. Thank you for everybody that supported the movement, the Unpredictable Thoughts movement, with the Keep That Same Energy sweatshirts and tank tops and the natural caps and all that good stuff. But today, we got two lovely ladies in the building from program I've been volunteering with for the past, I don't know how long I've been volunteering with y'all. Probably like October.
Yeah, it's been a couple months.
Yeah, it's been a couple months on and off. I've been trying to stay consistent, but you know, adulting is very hard.
Yes.
It's very hard. The Catherine Family Youth Services.
Yes.
CFYS?
CFYS.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would y'all want to introduce yourselves for me?
Sure. I'm Valerie Matthews. I'm the co-founder and executive director of Catherine's Family and Youth Services.
I am Shannon Morgan, co-founder of Catherine's Family and Youth Services.
So, Valerie and Shannon, how y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm living life. I can't complain. It's what? Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah, February 27th. So, y'all been doing this for like 5 years.
Yep, almost 5 years, March 13th.
5 years. Like,
5 years.
What made y'all want to get into this?
We were born to do this.
We were.
So, basically, we were, like, growing up, we were always taught to give back. Mm-hmm. And we grew up in the Park Heights community. We grew up with all of our family in one household. Mm-hmm. So we were always just taught growing up, family was important, giving back was important. So as we got older, we always knew that we wanted to give back in some kind of way. So we just combined both of our passions to create Catherine's Family Youth Services in honor of our late grandmother, Catherine Matthews, who passed away in 2005. Mm-hmm. And we're basically just continuing on services that are passions of ours and hers, and just continuing her legacy.
Yeah. That's great. So y'all sisters.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're blood sisters.
Blood sisters.
That's dope as hell. And and the reason why I do find it dope, because it's like, you know, when family starts.
Can't even get it out. It don't even go right most times.
Yeah, when family want to start, you know, business, it's like it really doesn't go the way it could go. So it's just like, you know, for y'all to go 5 years strong into something like that, it's very, I tip my hat to both of y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think for us is, like Shannon said, we were born to do this. You know, it was destined for this to happen. We didn't know this was the direction that, you know, God was taking us, or, you know, that was intended for us to be. But things have just been aligning over the last 5 years. Everything has just kind of worked out the way it's supposed to work out. So I think, you know, we have the advantage of being sisters and being in business together, and we look forward to 5 more, 10 more, 20 more years.
100,000 legacy.
We're leaving a legacy behind. Right. So, you know, we got to keep going.
So out of the 5 years, like, what was the first year the hardest, would you say, or what year has been the hardest thus far?
I honestly don't think, what do you think? I don't think the first year was the hardest. I feel like the first year was like,
probably the easiest.
We were the easiest.
For real?
Yeah. The first year was the easiest.
Just like,
compared to how things have gone.
Yeah.
The first year was definitely the easiest because we didn't have the youth programs that we have now. It was less things that we had on our plate. So the first year, it was just nothing to organize a community cleanup. It was nothing to to gather up the families we wanted to give back for Christmas and Thanksgiving because it was a small number.
Okay.
So with each year, everything grew. And then I would say like a second and third were the hardest because like it was blessings, but they came like full force in the second and third year. And it's just two of us. And Valerie's doing it full time. So to go back to your question earlier, I think that's why I think we do work, because Val is pretty much running these operations day to day by herself.
Yeah.
And I'm more so doing the behind the scenes admin type work.
Yeah, operations, logistics, yeah.
And I stay in my lane. Like, I don't try to come and tell her, oh, do this way with the after school program, or do this way with the summer program. We bounce ideas off of each other, and I leave it to her because that's her special. Like, that's what she does. I would never, try to come in and step on what she specializes in.
Yeah.
So I think that's how we're able to not like go at each other, get into any arguments, because nothing to argue about.
Yeah.
It's really not, right? Like, it's really not anything to argue about.
So would y'all find yourself getting a staff later? Because
we're looking for a staff.
We're
So for anyone who's
staff.
listening,
Yes.
we're hiring. If you're available Monday through Thursdays between the hours of
3 and 6:30 p.m.
yes.
what type of positions are you looking for?
A teacher.
Oh, a teacher.
We're looking for a teacher so that I can be the program director.
Yeah, I was about to say, because like at this point, like
You've seen it.
Yeah. So it's like, how do you avoid that?
Right.
That founders. What was the terminology?
Yeah,
avoid founder syndrome.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. It's just like always wanting to be there. Do you think like for you going this strong for 5 years, that's your baby? This is your baby. Do you think you could be like, I could?
I'm ready
relinquish?
I'm ready to relinquish that side of it. You know,
Okay.
that's one of the main reasons why we're hiring a teacher, so that there's still a lot of programmatic things that should be done with the program as far as grant compliance, inspections and site visits and things that I don't really necessarily have the time to focus on because I have to serve in both capacities as the program manager and the teacher. And we've gone through an interview process, and it's been difficult to find people that can work with the group of kids that we have.
Yeah. So describe the group of kids. And
So-
all. Yeah, what we dealing with?
We are in the Park Heights community. We are in a low to no income neighborhood. That's drug ridden. It's ridden by violence. We're in an area that has one of the highest unemployment rates, drug addiction, HIV/AIDS rate.
I just
You
found that
name
out
it.
this year.
You
I
name
said,
it.
ooh.
We have the highest.
Yeah.
In the area. So just knowing that our kids and our families are dealing with some of these disadvantages and these disparities, it makes our job a little more difficult, and it makes us a little more connected to the work that we're doing.
Yeah, it was how you avoid founders.
So how do we avoid it? I mean, it's hard because we've really been in it. Like,
yeah,
we've been deep in it, and I think for us, it's definitely going to be difficult to take a step back, but it's necessary, and we have to.
Especially for it to grow.
Yeah, in order for it to grow. But we need good people in order for it to go. We need a strong team of dedicated people, that are used to working with inner city kids, that are used to working with kids that have learning challenges and behavior challenges, that are familiar with the special education field, or have worked with children that have 501 plans and accommodations and things like that. So, It really does take a special type of person to be able to come into our environment. A person that our students trust and feel comfortable with, because that can be a huge barrier.
I'm
with-
still trying to deal with that myself.
yeah,
being
and
the male.
you've seen it, like
Yeah.
just in that too, just being the only male, you know,
I get
finding
the
men
onesies and twosies here and there that finally open up.
that open up, but
Yeah.
it takes a while for them to open up. So you can imagine how the hiring process has been, you know, for us, just being able to feel a person's vibe and to see how they connect with our kids. Not even getting past, you know, can they handle classroom management and behavior management? Like, what is the
Can
vibe?
they connect?
You know,
Yeah.
is there a connection with our kids and with the work that we doing? So, you know, like I said, in order for us to grow, we have to step back. We want to step back. I want to step back. There are a lot of opportunities that have been coming our way, and we really need to have, you know, the youth programs kind of solidified and running self-sustained.
Yeah.
That's not all that we're supposed to be doing. We're also only known for our youth program.
Yes.
And I think people forget that we're Catherine's family and youth services, meaning this is not the only thing we want to do.
Yeah.
But when you see us, it's just always the kids, and that's not what we've set out to do. But again, that's because we haven't found someone that can fully take Val's place that we can trust to take over the youth side, so that we can branch out to what was expected from day one, what our vision was of it. This was not, the youth program is awesome, but this isn't what.
That wasn't the main vision.
Yeah, it wasn't the main vision for
What was the
Catherine's
main
family.
vision?
Services.
Oh, services?
So we were supposed to be more like a mini social services, meaning, like, so our motto is Catherine's door is always open.
Okay.
Meaning we help everyone. We haven't solidified our LGBTQIA program, and we haven't.
So extra letters?
Yes, we haven't.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
We haven't solidified our work development program. It's so much more we want to do. Working with seniors, it's just like the parents, and more a family like type dynamic. So yeah, we're not just an after school program and a summer program. So we definitely want to get away from that too.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to get away
Not
from.
get away from being being known for
You
more
want to
than
expand from that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that's going to be our core, because, you know, the kids are
That's
the
just
core.
where the grant,
The most grant
the
funds
grant
have been
funds go to.
allocated
Oh,
to
from the
our
kids?
youth.
Yeah.
Is for our youth programs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So being in an environment like that, working with, you know, low to minimum income kids and families, how do you like set boundaries with the families?
So
Is it? I know it's very hard because
Valerie.
we always want to help. When I was working in mental health, I'm like, hey, can you get them their meds? Can you get their appointment?
So Valerie has no boundaries. She's gotten better. She definitely has gotten better. But we definitely have. That's like some of the talks that we have
Oh, you the pit bull,
on the
huh?
sidebar. Like I tell her, like, because I don't want her to burn herself out.
Understood.
I always tell her she should approach it like a teacher. They leave it, they can't help all of their students every day, all day. In order to maintain their self and make sure that they're good, they have to leave that in the classroom sometimes. So if you see her, she's always with, which is good because she's a mentor, but I also want to always make sure that she's taking time out for herself as well.
Yeah.
So she's
I
gotten
got
better.
better.
She got a lot better. She has gotten a lot better with her
They
boundaries.
can tell you too. I don't have them every weekend anymore. So
So you used to have like no me time.
No me time.
self-care.
None.
Damn.
I always had kids with me.
Yes, but
Always.
she's getting better. Yes.
Always.
Yikes.
And people for a long time, people were like, oh, I thought they were your kids. And I thought you had kids.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I have not one single child that I birthed.
Right.
Yeah.
But it took me a while, but I think, life kind of forced me to be able to, force me to create boundaries with them. And I realized that it's a lot to take on. There's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of emotional weight that I'm taking home with me, trying to fix everything and figure everything out. And I realized that I can't, and I think I I had to find it out for myself that I really
Oh, by
can't.
getting burnt so many damn times,
Yes,
huh?
yes. So now I make sure that I have 2 weekends out the month that's, just for myself, massage therapy, making sure that I, just spend time not working. It's difficult, but I've gotten better with creating a balance.
Good.
Yes.
Self-care, me care, because Shannon, she like, hey, I've been doing that since day
Like,
one.
No, shut it down. Yes.
So why Baltimore City? Is it because y'all grew up in that area and that
Yes.
was just end all be all?
Yep.
So
We
That's
were
where our
born and
heart is,
raised.
too.
yeah,
Born and raised in Park Heights.
understood.
And for us to have gone away to college and to have opportunities to travel and just to get outside of Baltimore and to come back to a community that raised us and to see the condition that it was in, it was only right to come back to our neighborhood and give back to the neighborhood that gave so much to us, that helped shape us into the women that we are today. So just knowing that, we're in a neighborhood where there's no grocery store, there's no library. We have maybe 5-6 schools left in our zip code.
I don't even think it's that much.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that many because they just closed.
Yeah.
KIPP and MLK will be closing at the end of this school year. So
For real?
we
Why
have
is
no
that?
high school in the zip code.
Is it because of funding or?
What is that good old G word called? G word. Gentrification.
Oh, I was about to say governor. I was like,
I don't know what it is, but I
Yeah.
just think, and it just that's what makes us want to help even more, because what's going on right now, and it's almost like they feel like our kids shouldn't even learn or have an education, and that like no one cares. So we try to make sure we instill that in
Yeah.
our programs to make sure that they know that education is first, because there are no quality schools, no quality education, because the schools are overcrowded because all the schools are shutting down.
Yeah.
So
so they just
Jamming
merging.
them.
yeah, no one's learning. Like they're not learning anything.
Yeah, and then the teachers not
The
even,
teachers are burned out and
Right.
overwhelmed and
because they got classrooms of like 30 to
30,
40
35,
kids.
40 kids, no assistance,
Yeah.
limited resources, and, students that are all along the spectrum, and then they come to us after school.
That's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
That is a lot to take in, and I applaud y'all for doing that each and every day, Monday through Thursday, for the past 5 years, and doing
We
summers
just got
too.
to Monday through Thursday.
Oh, for real?
So it was Monday through Friday.
Oh,
Or Sunday.
It
to
was
Sunday.
it used to be Sunday to Sunday.
For real?
We used to program
that was because
all
of you, Valerie,
day.
huh?
It was.
Yeah.
It was because I a lot of times I couldn't say no. I had to learn how to say no. And we were at every community event. We were at everybody's block party. We were at everybody's whatever was going on. And, for me, it was more so providing opportunities for them to get exposed and get out the neighborhood. And, but now we just minimize it.
Yeah.
But
do you think that helped in a way because of like your first couple years, you're in there, you're basically hitting the ground running, and then now since you were everywhere, you kind of leave your name in people's mouths and their memories, and now since you kind of fell back, it's like, okay, we remember y'all, we can do this for y'all, we can partner with y'all have grown.
Yes and no, because
Okay.
the issue with that was because we were going to so many events, we were taking time out from growing our own nonprofit too, because the events that we were attending, yes, it was part of community outreach, but in the meantime, it's just the two of us.
So
It's
that
other
left undone.
business that we have to take care of that wasn't getting done because we're out in the community.
Yeah.
So it kind of hurt us too.
Understood.
Yeah.
Hey, blame it on your sister.
But no, don't get me
No,
wrong.
it
I'm
was
playing.
it was meant
Yeah.
like we needed to be visible. And
Yeah.
so that's why I
Absolutely.
said it was
A balance.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just again it boils down to not having a staff.
Mm-hmm.
So if we had that staff that could have, you know, took over for that community outreach portion,
Yeah.
then we could have, you know, gotten things done that we needed to get done.
Understood. So it may sound stupid, but I don't care about accent. So why nonprofit? Could you have gone the profit route and still do what you do?
No,
Oh, you
because
can't? Okay.
not to this effect. Because
No.
you want, first off, we want to give back. That's the key word, give back. So the community that we want to serve, we don't want to charge them or make a profit off of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, we need money. Yes, we need a building. Yes, we need all that stuff. But we wouldn't have the kids that we have, and we wouldn't have reached what we've reached so far if we would have been charging for everything. and
Understood.
Being for profit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't feel like you get that same aspect.
There's a disconnect when the money, you know, when you're charging people for a service versus just genuinely providing a
Right.
service.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of been to our advantage. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what makes our program unique because we don't charge our parents.
And we're a family.
And
like,
it's a family
makes it more of a
setting.
family setting versus...
You've been there, you know, like it's like home.
It's dope.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like home. So, you know, I've been into other programs and you don't get that same type of, you know, environment. Yes, it may be more structured or you know, they may have more supplies and materials and all those good things, you know, but at the end of the day, it's about the relationships that we're building and the impact that we're making in these families' lives. Now, you know, I think that's where the line gets a little fuzzy with folks that want to start nonprofit organizations versus a business because they think that there's so much money in it or that they're going to get rich or they just want to gain something out of it.
Yeah.
It's no gain for you in the nonprofit
Yeah,
sector. You know,
it's
not
just-
a person. It's not a personal gain. It's more
Right.
of a, oh, this warms my heart
Okay.
kind
yeah.
of thing. You know, that's all
you
you're
have to
going to
be
get.
more like... It's more genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanting to give back.
Wanting to give back. Now, eventually, yeah, at some point we do need to add a for-profit side or have a side that generates some type of income and revenue because now our program is growing. Our kids are getting older. We need access to more opportunities and more resources. So yeah, now, you know, we think about that like, okay, how can we create some balance with a nonprofit and having a for-profit side?
It's a way out there.
Yes,
White people done it.
yeah.
You just gotta
They
figure
do
out.
it all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
they do it all the time.
We just have
Right.
to figure out a way that will work for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we already discussed this. I was just gonna ask, what are some advantages and disadvantages of doing nonprofit?
Well, some of the I mean, honestly, the greatest
Disadvantage.
advantage is having access to grant funds.
Yeah.
Being eligible for sponsorships, being eligible for tax write-offs, and allowing businesses to, you know, provide in-kind services or support to us, you know, at no cost to them. You know, so in that realm, yes, is a great benefit. Does that mean that we're going to get the grant funds and the sponsorships that we asked for? No. But
Do you got write in for a grant?
yes, you have to write grants. And gratefully for us, we were college bound. You know, we went to college and have good writing skills.
Black
So,
and educated.
yes, black and educated and beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, beautiful women. Go for it.
That's right.
Salute
So we
y'all.
write our grants. And, you know, a lot of nonprofits don't have that advantage. And that's why you may not see a lot of them make it to year 5 because they don't have, you know, the grant writing capabilities that they need to grow and thrive. That's definitely one of the greatest advantages. And the disadvantage is there's a lot of dry seasons as far as money
It's
is
not
concerned.
consistent. The
The
money
money's
isn't
not consistent.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's like 1 year you may get 1,000, next year you may get like 500. I mean, I don't know.
Or maybe
And then
one year you get
you get nothing.
100,000, next year you get nothing.
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
So
So the grants are advantage and a disadvantage. The other disadvantage is
You don't get-
have a bunch of the same type of nonprofits fighting for that same pot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to figure out how to be unique in your grant writing, which becomes very stressful because it gets hard to just answer a simple question. Like Val and I will go back and forth on the one question, like, why can't we just answer this simple question? Like, what do you do? But that
It's so-
question
it's
is so important.
So important.
Yeah.
Means
Because
the
if
most.
you are too dry, or you leave out something, or you miss what they are looking for, we might describe what we do, but we might have missed something that they could have
Wanted
honed
us.
in on.
Yeah,
So
I get you.
it's hard, and it takes forever for us to just even answer that one question.
God.
So because you have like all of these other nonprofits just fighting on the same, pot
pots
of money.
Understood.
So that's like a disadvantage, and is trying to find a donor that is interested in serving you every year. Because then you might get a donor that said, "Oh, I gave money to you last year, so not this year."
Mm-hmm.
So the goal is to find funding from one corporate donor or someone, some type of donor that has a lot of money that is all into Catherine's Family and Youth Services, so we won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, got it.
Or to have that for-profit side at some point that can fund the nonprofit side.
Don't think of a way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think of a way. Yeah. So what y'all get y'all degrees in? I'm very curious.
So I have my a bachelor.
In the school you went to. as well.
Bachelor's. Okay, so I went to Temple University.
Temple.
Yep. So I have my bachelor's in public health from Temple University, and master's from Towson University in health science.
Okay.
Yep.
Doing the damn
And I
thing.
did like 2 years at Walden and for my doctorate until my financial aid ran out.
Oh, he's like,
So
Are you gonna like go back?
I
in the
would love
future?
to. I need some money though, but
Yeah.
yes, I would love to go back and finish
Hey,
it.
join the military
But, yeah.
real quick. They pay for everything.
I'm not joining the military. It's not for me.
Go reserves. They pay for everything for you, Shannon.
It's all right. I'll
Yeah.
just stick to what I'm doing.
I think, yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, I don't know if you're trying to switch. Yeah, we'll talk later.
Okay.
Yeah. What about
Okay.
you, Valor?
So I went for undergrad. I went to University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, with my.
The shore.
I went to the shore. It's actually our homecoming this weekend. So I graduated with my bachelor's in biology. I was supposed to be a nurse and changed my mind. And my master's is in public administration and nonprofit management from University of Baltimore.
Oh wow. So it's
So.
just like destined to do this, huh?
Pretty much.
That's dope.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Getting a degree in something that you do.
So we always knew we wanted to help people in some way.
In some way, just didn't know
Right.
it was going to be this way.
Yeah, so working with the youth, what are your thoughts on like the whole squeegee boy movement? Because I get it to both degrees, to where it's like they need, like, being in that type of environment. Like some of these people, well, some of these boys, they paying, I don't know if it's females out there.
There's
Yeah.
girls
Oh,
out there.
it's
Okay, there are
girls,
girls out there. Okay, so the squeegee youth, we'll call it like that. You know, some of them are paying for field trips. They paying for like their rent at the
They got
at the
real
house.
problems.
It's like they got
Yeah.
real problems at what, 12, 13.
Younger, we've seen
5,
he was like,
6?
he was like 8.
We've seen 8-year-olds out
Because
there.
he's missing teeth, so he could have been 7 or
Maybe
8.
7.
Oh,
Honestly.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they're just a representation of how we're failing our youth.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think the reason why they irritate the city so much is because
It's a constant-
it's showing them
Yeah.
how we're failing every
Yeah.
day. And it shouldn't be an irritation to anyone because we did this. We fail our youth, and this is why this is happening.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they have to resort to trying to make money for their families. And yes, there are some, it's a very small amount out there now that are just out there. just
Yeah, that's
because,
yeah. Like,
and
bruh,
they're the bad apples that's making it the
your parents got a whole house in Ricerstown, bro.
Yeah,
Calm it
because-
down.
Yeah, they're making the other the squeegee boys who are really out there doing what they need to do for their families and trying to make an honest living versus doing something illegal. I think they're just giving them a bad rap. But I think it's just a small few, because I've always come in contact with very respectful young men when I'm out there.
Yeah.
So I don't have these experiences that other people are having, and they're on my entire route home. So I never have that issue with them. I just think we failed them, and we need to figure out a way to help them. I've seen a couple of people put on car washes for them. Some have their own water bottles. So I'm glad that people are stepping up, to helping them. But that's the only way. You can't just tell them to get off this corner if they have nowhere else to go. You got to offer them another option.
Yeah.
And I think, Val, you said one volunteer.
Yeah, we actually, and it's crazy you brought that question up, because I literally, every time I see one and I have an opportunity to stop, I'm asking, do you need a job? Or how can I help? And a lot of times they want help. They want a job. They don't want to be out there. That's just
what they know.
What they know is the most
Something
convenient.
quick.
They know how much they can make if they stand out there for a certain amount of time, and they can go home and do what they got to do at the end of the day. But there's a movement that's happening in the city right now, and there's over 300 something men that go out and they walk every week on Mondays and Thursdays, and they're going out directly into these high crime neighborhoods, and they're talking to the squeegee boys and the guys that are standing on the corners that apparently are being a disruption or a disturbance in the neighborhood, and people are getting jobs. People want to work. These young guys want to work, and even if they're not old enough, they're getting them back in school. They're getting them in GED programs, So I think if they have an opportunity to talk to the right person when they pull up to your car and ask you, can I wash your windows, offer a resource instead, and you probably will have a different encounter. Just like I've never had a bad encounter with a squeegee boy.
Yeah.
I've even hired youth workers that were squeegee boys, so a lot of them, they want to work. That's just all they know. They're just simply a product of their environment. And like Shannon said, we have truly failed these kids. A lot of those squeegee boys have missed so many days of school. Nobody asking, why you not in school? Did you eat breakfast today? How are you doing?
Yeah.
Nobody's asking those questions. Everybody's automatically assuming that they are a part of a gang, or they just out there being a troublemaker. These kids got real problems going on at home, and a lot of them are the men of their household. So they're in
mother working night shift.
Right.
Yeah. Or not in the
Not
picture.
at all.
Yeah.
And they got little brothers and sisters at home that they gotta make sure got lunch money, or have clean clothes to go to school, or whatever the case may be. So I think these are the that's the part of it that people are kind of overlooking. It's deeper than them just being out on the corner with Windex and a squeegee.
Yeah, imagine being 12 and being the man of the house.
Being a man of the house.
But also give
10,
them credit, like they're hustlers.
Yeah, I will give them credit.
They gave them, they're hustlers, and they're already showing that work ethic and that hungriness.
Yeah.
So it's like, can you imagine what they would do in with being an entrepreneur or what have you? It's like, it's just
the
it's
skill
very,
set is there.
it's
We
there.
just
exactly the skill
gotta
set is there.
exploit it a little bit,
exactly.
Differently,
change the product.
Yep.
Luckily it's not drugs anymore.
Because they could have,
they
easily
could
gone to the drug dealer on the corner
Yep.
and asked them for a job.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They were like, no, I'd rather just make my own money that's going to go into my pocket. I don't have to share it with I don't have to give it to my boss and then,
to get re-up and all that other stuff.
So I just think people need to give them a break.
Stretch
and
too.
Exactly.
You just add a little water.
Yeah, you can make that stretch like something serious. What was my next question? What are some do you have any success stories of the Captain Family Youth Services of getting a family or a young youth and they did a complete 360? You want to talk? Oh, we got a guest in the building.
She would be a success story.
Yeah. We have a success story right here with us.
Yeah, just paraphrase it.
Tell them in a way that makes it sound like, oh, wow, you came a long way.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, my name is Ryan Bolden. I'm 14 years old and I'm in ninth grade and I attend Bard High School Early College. I started Captain Family Youth Services in 2017? 2016, and I've been there ever since. And when I first came, it was kind of like a struggle to me because I was the oldest, and like I really didn't want to do anything that they told me. Like I just wanted to stay to myself, quiet, and I used to fight a lot and just like do whatever I want. Like
In school?
in school, yes, I used to get suspended for fighting and just being like like every day or every other week or something like that. It was just it was terrible. So like when I like actually start participating and comment on a daily basis like I was supposed to, it kind of helped me kind of see like, well, fighting isn't going to get you anything. Cussing out people isn't going to get you anything. If you really want to be successful, you have to do the right thing and strive for nothing but excellence. So
Here
it
we
was
go. I struggle with that word. So I salute you for that.
So it's like it was a good thing because like I finally got somebody in my corner to actually push me like, Ryan, you have to do better. Like you have younger brothers and sisters that wants to see you do better. So you have to do better. Like just be the best you that you can be. Like it was kind of hard, but it wasn't because like people expected so much from me. But I knew what I had to do for me to be better. The person that I am today, which I'm glad that I had somebody in my corner to help me push me. So yeah, that's my story.
So your grades got up, you stopped fighting.
Yeah, I do not fight anymore, and I hate fighting with
Just
a
on
passion.
the weekends or what?
No, I don't. I don't. I don't like fighting. I do not encourage anybody to fight. I don't like it. It doesn't get you anything. Bad consequence. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
So you said 14, correct?
Yes.
So someone your age, what advice would you give to your peers?
No matter what life throws at you, you have to keep going. It's only going to get worse, and you have to strive for the better. Like, you just have to keep going. Should never look back, only for the better, you know?
Yeah.
You'll get there soon. Just don't give up. Not now.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's really dope. And I commend you for sticking with the program.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why do you think you shifted everything? What is your future, like career goals?
Actually seeing what they do, like when I first I wanted to be a teacher, like I want to be somebody who work with kids. Like now,
While
like
you was fighting?
Huh? Yeah, I still had goals, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like, hey, I just want to do this because I make money. I will make money off it.
Mhm.
But now, like, I really I want to help people. I just don't know, like, how I want to do it or in which way I want to do. But I don't know that's something like I really want to do, and I want to focus on kids because I really love kids. Like, I just want to help people, and I'm just not sure in which way I want to do it just yet. But I'll find it.
You have two fabulous mentors
Yeah.
to the left
Actually,
and right of you.
4.
You said who?
4.
Oh, well, you have 4, but I guess T right here right now. So I don't know y'all ones that. Yeah. But yeah, you have 2 fabulous mentors that I'm pretty sure that will guide you in that direction.
Yeah.
And whatever resources they have to get you in that right direction, to send you off to college and all that good stuff, to go to a HBCU, they're going to get you there. Trust me. So, I mean, like I always tell people, high school, that's like very pivotal. That really sets the tone and structure for the rest of your lifestyle. So it's just like, you gotta make it count all the way. All the way.
Yeah.
And you can always join the military too as well.
Military.
She's not going to
I'm
the
not
military.
going to the military.
Hey, you never know. You may change your mind. Like, yeah, I'm on.
Don't you gotta fight for your country in the military?
Yeah, that's the job.
Yeah.
I'll fight for the youth. I don't.
In a sense, you are fighting when you fight for your country.
She's not going to.
Yeah.
That's not
She already said it.
That's not
She
what
already
we're
said
promoting
it.
in Catherine's family and
She
youth
already said
services.
College bound Scott.
College,
Yeah.
giving back, community service.
Unfortunately, all of our kids want to go to college. They all want to go.
I want to go to a HBCU.
That's dope. What HBCU you want to go to?
University of Maryland. Eastern Shore. I want to go there only because like it's somewhere far and like, you know, I just want to get out
Go to
and just come
FAMU.
back in. I'll have to, you know, research some different ones.
Yeah.
But I just know I want to go somewhere far and like just come back and see how long or what has changed or what hasn't changed in my community.
You're going to see it, especially living that, being away, everything is going to be different. Like, I remember when I first joined the military, I was gone for like 3 months. I came back. I was like, okay, it's a different lens. And then every time I came back, I gotten older as well, and I was around a different crew of people to where everybody wanted to succeed. Not to say that people don't want us to succeed in Baltimore, the people I were around didn't want us to succeed, but it's just on a whole different level, and you have so many other people, different ages and different perspectives. So, like, you will see a change, and, you know, come back and help make that change. Y'all good? Okay. So for Val and Shannon, what other services do y'all provide that, you know, people may not know about? Because you're saying the youth service is like one of y'all big things. So,
Well, I listed, we discussed earlier what other programs we would like to expand upon. But in terms of like for families, for Christmas, we started doing Christmas and Thanksgiving when we first started. Thanksgiving, Val and I just went to our old elementary school, Arlington Elementary, and asked them for 5 families, and we just did those 5 families, which ended up being 7 for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Now we're up to, like, for instance, last holiday season we served 615 people total. Yeah. So, and again, remember, guys, this is just done by 2 ladies, okay? Yes, we have volunteers, but the lead up is literally just 2 people. So I'm always extremely proud of us during the holiday season because we always, like, look at each other at the end like, how did we even, like, do that?
yeah.
Like, we have volunteers that day, but we don't have necessarily volunteers leading up.
Do y'all seek them or do y'all seek them?
Yes, we reach out to the schools,
okay,
for the
local colleges,
yeah.
And typically the people that have volunteered in the past typically come back and volunteer for Thanksgiving and Christmas every year, which is a huge blessing. Yeah. It's difficult during Christmas because a lot of the college students are gone on Christmas break. So we solely rely on, you know, all hands on deck to help us get, you know, the deliveries out for both Christmas and Thanksgiving. So in addition to our holiday outreach programs, we do accept and provide referrals to agencies for support, for employment services, for mental health, addictions, and PRP treatment. We also do referrals for utility and housing assistance, and referrals for food pantries. So if there's somebody in need of any of those services, if we don't necessarily have the resources on hand or the items on hand, we send them to, there's maybe about 6 or 7 agencies that we work with that are in the surrounding areas that typically can assist any of the families and individuals that we serve.
That's dope.
And then we partner with different community groups to do like community events. For instance, we partner with Browns Memorial Baptist Church to do May Day. We do that. I guess this will be our 3rd year that we do that with them. Then we have the Greening Fair or
Block Party
with a neighborhood called Park Lane Association. And we have like clothing banks where people can just come and just pick up as much clothes as they want. I think that's.
We also participate in Pride.
Yes,
we participate in
Pride every year. This will be our 3rd year too, doing Pride. Right? Yeah, we're just. Community outreach is still a huge part of it because we still, again, need to be visible. Oh, we also did HIV testing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
free HIV testing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. Do y'all like provide sort tools to like the parents, maybe like resume writing or
So,
credit classes, things of that nature?
So actually, this year is the official launch of a lot of the parenting workshops and just resident and community-based workshops that we'll be offering. So when we do have additional volunteers and interns working with us, especially during the downtime of the year, like the spring is a downtime for us to just fundraise, do outreach, and really just kind of be on the ground working with those that we serve. So actually starting next month, we have some parenting workshops that'll be happening with Mount Washington Pediatric Hospital. So they are going to be coming in and helping us provide some of those workshops around dealing with children with behavior challenges, or teaching parents how to advocate for their child in an IEP meeting at school. Parents can always schedule a time for us to come in and sit with them if they need help with their resume. So that's definitely, not out of the picture, but they have right now, because there's only a few of us, they have to schedule that time with us to, get that type of thing done. But other than that, we will be having a lot of workshops happening this year. And hopefully you'll be coming to teacher your financial literacy workshops and all that good stuff. And it's difficult to get the residents and parents engaged in our community. So, I think it's been more so of trying to figure out how to do that effectively so that we're not just, hosting events and nobody's coming. We want to get people to come out and be engaged, but we just have to be very intentional about how we go about it.
Free food.
It has to, it's unfortunate, but we
yeah.
have to have some type of incentive, to kind of get people there.
Yeah, understood. So, I guess the last thing is, 5 years strong, and y'all B-Day is coming up. Well, March 13th.
Well, anniversary.
Well, yeah, anniversary. So, what are some things that y'all have going on?
So, March 8th is our grandmother's birthday.
Okay.
So, every year we do something with our family for her birthday. So, we'll be at my sister's place serving lunch or dinner?
Serving lunch.
And then on Wednesday, we'll be at Avenue Kitchen Bar from 6 to 9. It was at Thursday, March 12th.
Okay, March 12th.
Thursday, March 12th at Avenue Kitchen Bar from 6 to 9 for chicken and waffles and champagne.
I'll be there.
Okay, and then Friday is bingo at Bingo World from 7 to 9, where you can try your chance at winning. Last year when we went, someone won $500.
Okay.
We have amazing raffles this year, amazing raffles.
Some good stuff.
Some good stuff. So you just pay $30 for $74 worth of equipment to play bingo all night, and you can either win amazing raffle or win cash. You can't miss that. And that's on our actual anniversary. So we really would love for everybody to come out to all of these events.
On the 13th, right?
Yep, on the 13th.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, we will be closing out our anniversary week at Sangria Patio Bar Day Party.
Be there.
From 4 to 8.
Yes.
Yes. Great music, dancing. We'll have some sweet treats there just as a thank you, appreciation, and hopefully we can pop some champagne at some point.
Yeah.
Mimosas.
Celebrate.
Yeah.
Celebrate.
Valley gonna have a kid, so she's gonna be here.
No. I am off duty.
Yeah. So, lastly, Val's Kitchen. You want?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Val's Kitchen. We offer meal prep. Oh, okay. So as an entrepreneur, you have to have multiple.
True entrepreneur.
A true entrepreneur. Yeah. Can't take the Park Heights hustle out of me. So, I offer meal prep services, healthy, low carb, low sodium, alternative meals. If you just don't have time to cook, or you don't like to cook, or you need to learn how to cook healthy and you just don't feel like it, let me help you. You can order on Fridays and you can pick up your food on Sundays. I'm actually doing a special right now, 5 meals for $55 or 7 meals for $70. And there's a new menu every Thursday. And I have a few regular clients, and I've been doing this for a couple months now. And I actually just hosted my first meal tasting last week at Reinvent You Boot Camps. It's an all-women's gym.
Shout out to Reinvent You.
Yeah, shout out. You know about Reinvent
Yeah.
You? Oh, yeah. That's what we were trying to get to tonight, but you're not going to make it. But, yeah, so they allowed
Sorry,
me.
Miss Francis. Yeah.
Yeah, that's our girl. She let me host her first meal prep tasting there, and it was very successful. And I also offer startup nonprofit workshops to those that are in the beginning phases of trying to figure out which route they want to go in, and if they even want to start a nonprofit, what it takes, how much it costs, who needs to be on your team, what to expect along the journey. So I actually have a class coming up in April. I have a few classes coming up for the remaining of this year, and those tickets are available on Eventbrite.
Yeah. How do you have so much time? Like, I looked at your social media like the last couple of days. You went from the after school program to like a basketball game to like a HBCU.
All in one, right?
I'm like, yo.
I just go, and I'm honestly, I'm grateful for the few friends that I still do have.
Mm-hmm. You lost a lot?
I lost a lot of friends along this journey.
Same.
Yeah, along this journey, and it's okay. I think everybody doesn't understand, every phase of your life and the journeys that,
can't go
and everybody's not supposed to be with you along those journeys. And as I look back, I think about some of those people. I'm like, oh, well, dag, I probably wouldn't be in this position that I'm in now if, such and such may have still been around. So I'm grateful that, my nieces and my godchildren, they kind of, they fight over me, but they share, but I still try to make sure that I make time to not miss, special events and special occasions. And, thankfully a lot of the stuff that we have going on always includes children. So I can always make a field trip out of it. Just like the fashion show that we went to at the C School, I was invited. And when I found out that I could bring my students, it was an opportunity for them to, get a glimpse of the true HBCU experience and what that looks like. So, I just try to squeeze things in, and I keep my 2 free weekends a month.
She's been doing this. She has.
Because Shannon makes sure it happens, huh?
No, she did it on her own.
Hey.
You can't make Val do anything. She has to do it on her own. But I'm the same way, too.
Yeah.
No one can tell us what to do. That's why we work.
Understood. And I salute y'all, especially for giving back to the youth, because people fail to realize, like, the youth is the future.
They are.
They really are. And to shape a young mind like that, especially coming from the type of backgrounds they come from, it's just like, the little time that you do spend with somebody day after day, it makes an impact.
It makes a difference.
Yeah. So I salute both of y'all. I really do.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you so much.
Anytime. Y'all want to shout y'all social media? All that good stuff?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought
She's
So-
like, I ain't giving my personal.
You can
I ain't giving my personal.
And even if you do follow personal, you're going to still see a lot of CFYS stuff.
That's
so you can follow us on Facebook. Find us on Facebook at Catherine's Family and Youth Services, INC. Like our page, share it. Invite some people to like our page and share it. You can also find us on Instagram at CFYS_INC. That's CFYS_INC. And that's the same for Twitter. You can visit our website at www.catherinesfamilyandyouthservices.org. We are always accepting donations. We are always looking for mentors and volunteers. So if you would ever like to donate, please feel free to visit our website. You can donate via our website or Facebook. If you would like to volunteer or just get involved and come out and support and see the work that we do. We always accept people to come through our doors. So thank you, everybody, for listening, and Chris for having us.
And we still are hiring. We need a full-time teacher.
Yes, we need a teacher.
Is there any specifics you're looking for, like as far as like what they like?
Reliable, enthusiastic,
creative,
the ability to work with a range of age groups, not just one particular
yes,
age group. Because
ages 5 to 14, which is K through high school. You need to be able to work with from pre-K to high school kids.
Y'all have? How many kids total within your program?
For 25 kids. 25 kids. And kids that do have IEP. So if somebody has a background in special education, that would be great. Or even working in after school programs or summer programs, that would be great. Working in Baltimore City public school settings, extra bonus. If you have any type of credentials, 90 hours, CPR, first aid, medication technician, if you have any of those certifications, behavior technicians, all those credentials, we need somebody that has a variety of skills and that can truly adapt to the environment and kind of roll with the punches of what comes through that door, because sometimes we just never know what's going to come through the door, and whoever that person is need to be able to handle it, manage the kids, manage the environment, and still be able to teach and build relationships with the kids that we work with.
Understood. Y'all do merch, right? Merchandise.
Oh, so yes. Yeah.
Y'all shout out everything.
Yes,
I'm trying to make sure you get everything.
Yes. We'll be doing another pre-order for the spring. So we normally do a pre-order. People can order hoodies and t-shirts.
And we're looking for some new ideas for our merchandise. Like branding. We have the same type of look.
Logo?
The logo, not necessarily, just to look for the shirts that we're giving out. So make them more that people, want to buy them.
Yeah.
Oh, make them pop?
Yeah, make them pop. So if anyone is interested in helping us with that as well, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think I know somebody.
Because if we have a variety of different shirts and not just the same,
yeah,
they might sell more.
Yeah.
Understood. Like I said, I commend y'all a lot. That it's I can't even fathom the word, but y'all dope. Y'all really dope, especially what y'all do for the community, for our youth. I really applaud that. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for listening to another episode of Unpredictable Thoughts Podcast. Make sure y'all go to unpredictablethoughts2.com to get all the merchandise, to keep that same energy, sweatshirts and hoodies, the natural backless caps, and all that other good stuff. I have nothing else. Peace.